I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to all of the subscribers, man. I am back. RFG is back at it today, and I'm here to go over most of the things that have transpired since I've been put on YouTube suspension. All right, YouTube put me on suspension from May 26th until yesterday. All right, so I just went ahead and decided to drop this video, getting this bullshit off my chest, man. I also took note of the fact that when you type in my name on YouTube, the first videos that come up are the videos of agents, haters, right, and provocateurs slandering my name, right? 90% of the shit that's coming out of their mouth is nothing but lies, fabricated bullshit and lies. And YouTube made sure that, anytime someone searched my name up in their search engine, the first videos that come up are the videos from the slanderers, the provocateurs, the agents, and the haters. You see, those are the first videos you see when you put in RFG Chosen One on YouTube. But this is perfectly fine to me because I understand universal law, universal frequency, and I understand and I realize that a certain portion of the earth can only exude a low vibration for only so long before the universe steps in and brings balance to that area of the earth. All right? Every area of the earth emits a vibration that can be felt inside the earth and that can be felt outside of the earth. Right? And the energy we put out, if it's a high or a low frequency, eventually the universe is going to step in and alter things to maintain universal balance. All right. And now I'm going to get into exact detail of what I'm referring to. Right. When we look at YouTube and where they're based in California. They're based in California. Now, California is a very sacred land. Very sacred land in California. There was a huge empire there that was ruled by an Amazonian empress named Califia. And Califia got her name from the goddess Kali. Right? That's why you hear me say or see me write on Instagram a lot. California, the Kali-Fornia, because that's really what it is, and Kali was actually a demonic goddess. See what I'm saying? See, California has indulged in so much low vibrational activity in the past 50 to 100 years. I don't think any other area of the earth has emitted more low frequencies and more low vibrations than Southern California. Southern California has emitted the highest amount of low vibrations, right, in the entire world for the past 50 years. All right? Just think about all of the bullshit that's been transpiring in Hollywood. All right? Now, Hollywood is responsible for misleading and casting spells over the psyche of humanity. Hollywood is the organization. See, Hollywood is the industry that sells us the false reality. Hollywood is the industry that sells us the false idea of success. You see, the illusionary idea of success. So Hollywood is basically the spark of the entire matrix that we're living in. Let's really put that into perspective. I'm going to put that into perspective again. The industry of Hollywood is a multi-billion, damn near multi-trillion-dollar industry, right? They make most of the well-renowned movies, and it's their job to sell humanity the false narrative of success, of what they want us to believe success is. So really, Hollywood is a goddamn plant by the draconians, by the warlocks, to sell humanity the false perception of success. They're the ones who told us we had to have the 6-7 bedroom houses. We had to have the mansion. We had to have the Rolls Royce. We had to have the Lambo, the Ferrari, the chains like Gucci Mane. Our bank accounts had to be large. We had to only buy designer clothes. You see what I'm saying? They're the ones who told us we need to judge people on how they look on the outside and not who they really are on the inside. You see what I'm saying? They're the ones who wanted us to be concerned with this material matrix and not our true identity, which is the soul, our soul inside of these meat suits. You see, Hollywood is responsible for that. Hollywood is responsible for mind fucking the entire world by selling us the false illusion of success. Okay, it's Hollywood's fault. So when the world, when Damballa balances things out on the earth, the first area of the earth that's going to be put back into balance, I can fucking guarantee it's going to be California. All right? California is also doing their, due diligence and doing their best to try to legalize pedophilia. You got these fact checker websites that are saying the bill known as SB 145 doesn't legalize pedophilia, but when you do the actual research, it actually does legalize it. See what I'm saying? Anything that is fact checked, on the first options Google gives you, anything that's fact checked, you need to do your own research on it. Okay? So California, man, is not doing too good. See, when we look at, the level, what kind of frequency this state is emitting, it is the lowest of the low. The lowest of the low. Okay? And I'm just going to put it into this perspective right here. 2020, and my belief system, what I believe is 2020 was the real start of the 7-year tribulation on the earth for humanity. And the 7-year tribulation is nothing divine. It's actually the Jesuits' plan for world domination. All right. And that is what revelation in the Bible is. It's nothing divine. It's what the Freemasons and the Jesuits came together and formulated as a plan to reduce the world population and to hoodwink the people into believing that it was something divine. But it was nothing divine. It was just the goddamn warlocks' plan for world domination. You see? And most people are going to accept it as God's will because they believe in the revelation bullshit. You see? So when it comes to the warlocks' plan, 2020 kickstarted the first year of their 7-year tribulation, and in 2020, all right, there were a reported 8 earthquakes of a magnitude 7.0 or above. 115 earthquakes between a 6.0 and a 7.0. All right? And damn near 1,700 quakes between 5.0 and 6.0. 12,000, yeah, sorry about that, 12,717 quakes between a 4.0 and a 5.0. So, you know what this tells me, folks? It's going to be a little different. It's going to be different for 2021. 2021, it's going to be a lot worse. It's going to be a lot worse. Right? 8 quakes of a magnitude 7.0 or above. Ladies and gentlemen, and this year, this summer, we can move this up to about in between 10 and 11. It's going to be in between 10 and 11 magnitudes, 7.0 or above, 10 or 11. All right? There's going to be 125 quakes between 6.0 and 7.0, right? 100, mark my words, at least 125 quakes between a 6 and a 7.0, and there's going to be in between a 10 and 11 earthquakes, 10 and 11 earthquakes, either 10 or 11 that are 7.0 and up. Right? And they might even reach to motherfucking 9.0. And it's all gonna start on the summer solstice of June 21st, baby. Get ready. Get ready. June 21st, summer solstice. Get ready. The quakes are coming back. The quakes are coming back to set balance. You understand? You understand? When you got a legal organization trying to legalize sex with underage children, you see, and you have shit like this going on. Let's see if this will load up. And yeah, when you have shit like this going on, you know, six-year-old kids, 6-year-old children getting shot in the streets and law enforcement not wanting to do anything about it. Like I said, man, Damballa is going to come to set things in balance, you see? See, because shit is out of order. The order of humanity, the consciousness of humanity, it's all out of balance. And like I said, the forces of Damballa are coming back to set this shit back in balance. And the first place, or I should say, the place that's going to be most affected by Damballa's return, all right, the forces of Damballa, California is going to be affected by this the most. All right. And like I said, I'm not talking out of my ass, folks. I'm really not. You know, there's been many officials, many so-called scientists and geologists that have already said, according to their own calculations and their own numbers and the numbers of earthquakes and on the San Andreas Fault throughout a certain period of time, they were able to calculate the time period where the San Andreas Fault is actually going to split in half. All right, there's going to be a time. There's going to be a period in between now and 2029 where half of Cali is going to go bye-bye. Right? This is why they have your underground bases. They have over 150 underground cities in the United States alone. Right? They've known about this situation for decades now. They have an Illuminati card with the Statue of Liberty underwater because they know the coastlines around America are going to be underwater soon. They know this. This is a documented fact, folks. You can research it yourselves. All right. So like I said, the area of the Earth that's emitting the lowest vibration is going to be the most heavily impacted when Damballa's energy seeks to create balance on the Earth again. You see, California is completely out of balance. spiritually, morally, the people psychologically, you know, metaphysically, it's all out of balance. It's all out of balance. But Damballa, like I said, Damballa is going to put the shit back in balance. All right? Very soon. Very soon. All those goddamn wildfires that, you know, you Californians experienced from, you know, 2014 to now, that's going to be fucking Disneyland compared to what's going to be unleashed upon the land of California. Okay? That's going to, those wildfires are going to be Disneyland. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Right? Everything west of the San Andreas Fault is about to be under fucking water. It's going to be underwater. Right? Like I said, your government, your black budget government is already getting ready for this. It's not a joke at all. You know what I'm saying? They showed you what's going to happen to you in the movies. You know how many fucking movies there are of Frisco and the goddamn Golden Gate Bridge going underwater? Come on, man. You know, they've shown you so many movies, it's not even funny. California is done. You're going to have massive earthquakes in between 8.0s and 9.0s that are just, it's what it's going to do is it's going to crack half of California off of the United States, and we're going to have sinkholes. Sinkholes are going to start popping up in California, especially Southern California. All right? Now, let me tell you, you see what Damballa has in store for you Holly weirdos. This is what Damballa has in store for you Holly fucking weirdos. See what I'm saying? You see these worms? See these worms, folks? These worms actually exist beneath these sinkholes inside of the earth. See, this is what your government hasn't told you. Inside of the earth, there are actually giant insects and giant mollusks. There are giant insects and giant mollusks inside the earth. And when you bastards fall in these sinkholes, all right, you're gonna get eaten alive by these giant worms and these giant centipedes. Right? They're gonna eat you. I'm serious. They're gonna eat you alive, like that movie Tremors. Go watch the Tremors movie. That I'm telling you, the 90s told you motherfuckers the truth with all those goddamn movies about them giant insects eating motherfuckers. Starship Troopers, the Alien movie franchise. You know what I'm saying? Men in Black. They told you about the giant bugs. They told you. You see? And this guy, like I said, this guy's holding this fucking worm has to be in between 6 and 7 feet. Look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? You keep thinking it's a joke, man. Keep thinking it's a joke. This fucking centipede is over 3 feet, almost 4 feet long. Keep thinking it's a joke, man. Keep thinking it's a joke, man. Right? Keep taking your life for granted. You know what I'm saying? Keep thinking shit like this is normal. You know, this will be your future. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. You can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It's already been written in destiny. It has to happen. This has to happen for universal balance, polarity, and order to take place. You understand? Let me tell you how universal polarity works here. There is a positive pole of the galaxy. There is a negative pole of the galaxy. There is a neutral pole of the galaxy. The neutral pole of the galaxy is the black hole in the center of the galaxy. So on one side of the galaxy, you have a positive pole. On the other side of the galaxy, you have a negative pole. And the neutral pole of the galaxy is the black hole in the center of the galaxy. And we humans are a microcosm of the galaxy. So what happens in the galaxy is you have a certain amount of people who exude a higher positive vibration, and then that has to be matched. Those people who are on the positive high vibration, their counterparts and other people, they have to take up the opposite vibration, the negative low frequency. So universal balance and polarity can be met. Universal balance and polarity has to stay in unison, has to stay in balance. All right? So when we look at California and we look at all of the wicked, disgusting child sacrifices, child pornography, pedophilia, all of the ritual sacrifices of the Hollywood members having, and the actresses and actors having to sacrifice people to get their fortune and fame. Innocent people being tortured underground and kidnapped for their organs. All of the lies that are told by the Hollywood media, the worship of the material realm. You see? All of that starts in Hollywood, in Hollyweird. So guess what Dumbala says? Dumbala says that California has to go first. You gotta. And if you don't go first, you gotta get it the worst. It's either you're going out first or you're getting it the worst. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. So like I said, man, in 2020, this is what happened. All right, with the quakes. And I tell you what, we're gonna have at least 10 to 11 earthquakes, 7.0 or above, coming our way. Okay, anytime between June 21st and September 21st. The motherfucking earthquakes are coming, goddammit. All right? And Dumbala is coming to set shit back into balance. California is completely out of balance. All right? And if it takes earthquakes, half of Cali being split in half, and the rest of the motherfuckers falling in sinkholes and getting eaten by giant bugs, if it takes that to bring balance back to the land of California, guess what? That's what the fuck is gonna happen. All right? So get ready. Get ready for the show. Get ready for the show. Like I said, it's only gonna get worse from now all the way up until 2027. Right? So I've been telling people to stock up on their canned goods. Their buckets of rice, their buckets of beans, start freezing mushrooms in portable freezers, start stocking up on portable generators and portable stoves. I've been telling people for the longest, about 5-6 years now. Okay, now we're gonna get into a little history. You see, I showed you the future. I showed you guys the future with the beginning of this lecture. You see, I showed you guys the future of what's getting ready to happen in the United States. You see, now I'm going to show you what's been going on now and what took place in the past with humanity. Right? Another thing that happened when I was suspended on YouTube was this energy crisis situation that happened in the southern parts of the United States. This is going to continue because this is on the Illuminati cards. All right? That little fuel crisis you guys had about 4 to 6 weeks ago? Or, yeah, May 13th? Yeah, this is going to continue. This is on the Illuminati cards, but this is actually good for the earth because there is no such thing as fossil fuels. The fossil fuels is actually the dark carbonated blood of the earth. It's the dark carbonated blood of the earth. All right. Oil is the dark blood of the earth. The earth is a organism. It's a living, breathing, moving organism. All right. And we are organelles or cells inside of this organism. You see, inside and outside of this organism. And dinosaur bones do not turn into oil, folks. Any animal bones do not turn to black or dark liquid after they decay. When a body decays and it's put in soil, it turns back into the soil. The dead body and the organic material that makes up the body, it turns back into the fucking soil. Or the body turns to stone if the body is bombed or frozen. If the body is exposed to extreme temperatures of heat or cold, it's going to turn to stone. It's going to turn solid. All right, depending on the exact temperature. But organic material from an animal body, it's not going to turn to no fucking dark liquid, folks. Right? Animal bones turn into soil or stone after death. End of story. So everybody pumping their gas into their cars, all right? They're actually being parasites of the earth, and this right here actually increases earthquake activity. All right? Because the fucking earthquakes is really the earth trying to shake off the goddamn parasites for drilling oil, for drilling for its blood. You understand? All right? It's not a game. Okay? There needs to be a fucking energy crisis, because we shouldn't be dependent on the earth's blood for car fuel. You see what I'm saying? Or any kind of fuel. We should be conducting a society, a large organizations that get together and build cars that run on electricity, water, or solar energy. We should be using electricity, water, and solar energy to power cars, buses, trains, and planes. All right? We got to jump out of parasite mode, or else, like I said, the earth is about to put shit back into balance. All right? Now, I was going to touch on what took place in the past on this earth. All right? I spoke on the original beings that were placed on this earth. Their genetics were spliced with Anunnaki DNA and plant DNA. All right. Then, certain Asians procreated with these beings, with these plant humanoid beings, and created beings like Didi Kaswara. When you research Didi Kaswara, you will see that he has a so-called genetic defect, right, which is really just a genetic trait that he picked up from his ancestors. He's growing tree bark out of his body. Didi Kaswara is growing tree bark out of his body, right? You guys seen the Jolly Green Giant. You can research the Jolly Green Giant. You can research the character known as Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. Go research the character Groot, Groot, in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then you can research the being known as the Thing in the Fantastic Four. So research the Thing in Fantastic Four, research Jolly Green Giant, and research Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy, Poison Ivy. You see what I'm saying? All of that comes from the original humanoids that lived on the earth, and they were like plants. They were literally mixed with humans and plants. They were walking, talking plants, literally. All right? So this is going to show more of what happened when you had these plant humanoids on the earth. Earth had a mother tree. Earth had a mother tree that was over 11 miles tall. All right? That is over airplane altitude. This tree was able to send and receive messages from the center of the galaxy, the center of the Milky Way. This is what the Dogon call Amma's placenta. Amma's placenta. All right? And as long as the plant humanoids had this mother tree on the earth, we were able to live forever. There was no such thing as death. When Amma's placenta was on the earth, when the mother tree was on the earth, there was no such thing as death, physical death. All right? Because this mother tree, it literally merged the third and fifth dimensions by the tree receiving and emitting messages and light codes to the center of the galaxy. All right? So we were getting light codes directly from Amma, directly from the gods of the macroverse, with this mother tree known as Amma's placenta. All right, so let's keep it going. You had the plant humanoids, okay, that were aquatic, and then you had the plant humanoids that were amphibious. You had the nomos, who spliced the plant humanoids into existence, and the nomos live underwater civilizations. When you see the UFOs come from the oceans and come from the large bodies of water, it's usually the nomos. All right, and they've given you movies about this. The Dogon know all about the nomos. They come from Sirius C. The planet that orbits around it is called Nyan Tolo. Yeah. Right here, you had a demon, all right, and that the Dogon call Ogo. What he did, or what she did, is come to the earth and separate the waters above from the waters below. The only way Ogo could have separated the waters below from the waters above is by destroying the mother tree. Hello? That's why in most of these pictures, when you see as above, so below, you see the tree here. You see the tree here because this shit couldn't have happened if the fucking mother tree on the earth wasn't destroyed. By who? By the Prince of Air, the Prince of the power of the air, the Prince of the power of the air. You see, the God of the Bible, all right? That goddamn demon, Yaldabaoth, El, Saturn, Kronos, Father Time. You see? The great parasite. He came to the earth, destroyed the mother tree. All right? Separated the waters above from the waters below, and he created the realm of air. He created the atmosphere on the earth by destroying this damn mother tree. See, in your good book, it says Satan is the ruler of this world, which is the material world. That's why the God of the Bible always rewards his servants with material riches. But then he turns around and says, oh, it's easier for a camel to get through a needle's eye than it is for a rich person to get to heaven. That's a fucking contradiction. If that's true, why the fuck is the God of the Bible rewarding his servants with material possessions? I thought you just said, riches are evil. You see what I'm saying? It's a joke. It's a joke. Absolute contradiction, absolute joke. Satan is the goddamn God of the Bible. Saturn, Father Time, the person who sacrificed Zeus, who is Jesus. See what I'm saying? you know, all there in front of your face, this guy right here, the God of the Bible, destroyed the mother tree. And the mother tree is also the Tower of Babel. When they talk about the Tower of Babel being destroyed, that's reference to the earth's mother tree. You see, that's a Tower of Babel is reference to the earth's mother tree, and it's also reference to a gland in our brains. All right, because when this tree was destroyed, we lost a certain amount of godlike abilities. All right. Now you see this is more people who have the same genetics, the same genetic traits as Didi Kazwara. Didi Kazwara is not the only person who has tree bark growing out of their out of their limbs. This kid right here, this child actually has rocks growing out of his fucking hands, out of his palms, like the movie Fantastic Four, the character known as the Thing. This is it right here, folks. This is it right here. Listen, I helped crack the code. You see what I'm saying? Everything they wanted us to believe was fairy tale fantasy is actually our reality. All right? So they found the giant mummies in California and in Nevada. They found the giant mummies. See what I'm saying? So creatures who looked like this walked the earth, and they were able to live for thousands and thousands of years, right? These were the real titans. These were the real gods. The plant humanoids. The more plant-like you are, the more god-like you are. And right here, the God of the Bible sent out the flood to wipe these beings out right here, and to wipe these beings out right here. That's why the demon God of the Bible had to send the flood to wipe out, you see, the chosen children. Had to wipe out the children of the Anunnaki, the children of the Nomos. See, now I'm gonna show you right here. This is the nail in the coffin. This right here is the remnants of Earth's mother tree. This right here is the remnants of the Earth's mother tree. This is the Earth's mother tree, folks. And this is the stump. This is the giant stump of Earth's mother tree. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so big that you see these little tiny green spots on it. The little tiny green spots are trees that are anywhere from 30 to 100 feet tall. These little tiny green spots are giant trees that are, in between 30 and 100 feet tall. So these are actually large trees. These little green spots you see. This right here, at first they wanted people to believe it was a mountain. They wanted people to believe that it was some kind of plateau or it was some kind of piece of a mountain. Nope. When you look at the ridges here, you can easily see that these are pieces of the giant tree bark. These are solid pieces, okay, that used to be the tree bark for this giant tree. Ladies and gentlemen, this tree stump is over a mile wide. And they did the calculations to see how tall this tree would actually be, depending on the actual species of the tree. And they came to an estimation that this tree was in between 11 and 12 miles tall. 11 and 12 miles tall. Folks, that's above airplane fucking altitude. Folks, that would mean that this goddamn tree was the same size as what I'm talking about right here. A tree that can receive direct light codes from the cosmos and emit those light codes back out to the cosmos. All right? All right? And also this was depicted in the movie Avatar. This was also depicted in the movie Avatar. All right? All right? And so right here you have their own scholars writing books saying the missing skeletons and the great Smithsonian cover-up, the giants, the ancient giants who ruled America. Right here. The ancient giants who ruled America. Right? Right here. Right here. You had some giants that were fully aerobic, but they were amphibious. And then you had other giants that were actually fully aquatic with gills. Damn near basically all the giants that were plant humanoids that were aerobic, they were put to death and killed with the flood. Right here. You see. And they were plant-like humanoid beings. So people like Didi Kazwara, they picked up the genetic trait of those original beings that lived on the earth. Right? And the scientists have to lie and say it's a genetic defect. These are just genetic freaks. No, not really. They just picked up the genetic traits of the original beings on the earth. You also have a lot of these images coming up of faces that are being found in fucking mountain ranges, right? And then you have an ancient footprint in Indonesia, right? That comes from, obviously, this is over 6 feet long. This footprint in Indonesia is over it's actually damn near 10 feet long. So that can only be produced by a creature like this. You see what I'm saying? There was a time where there was giant animals on the earth, giant plants on the earth, giant trees on the earth, giant beings on the earth. You see, but this mother tree right here was destroyed. And this right here is what they say in the Bible when they talk about the Tower of Babel. This was the Tower of Babel. This was the mother tree, folks. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and prove this because, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is called the Devil's Tower. So the scientists and the geologists did their research and tested this tree's genetics and got all the information they could out of it. And out of all the names to give this ancient tree, they gave it the Devil's Tower. Interesting. Very interesting. And like I said, this is Earth's mother tree. And there is a base. There is a government base under here. And the black budget government, they are retrieving energy and nutrients from the roots of this tree. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ultimate nail in the coffin. This was depicted in the movie Close Encounters with the Third Kind. Go watch the movie Close Encounters with the Third Kind. Go watch that movie and fast forward it to 1 hour and 53 minutes. Fast forward this movie to 1 hour and 53 minutes and you're going to see this scene right here. All right, here is the government base. Here is the government base, and this is the goddamn same object. This is the same tree stump. This is the same giant tree stump, folks. This is Devil's Tower in Wyoming. This is Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Okay? This movie right here, this was Devil's Tower in Wyoming. The UFOs, this is the first place they wanted to visit when they came to Earth, because they knew that this tree emitted a sacred energy. right? That gave off light codes to the center of the Milky Way and took those light codes back in to the Earth. The government, the black budget government, they set up a base, all right, under this this tree stump and right beside the tree stump, right? And they called it the same name. They called it the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. All right. All right. And out of all the places for the extraterrestrials to visit first on the entire Earth, they came to Wyoming, to this goddamn tree stump. And Hollywood and Steven Spielberg put this in a fucking world-renowned movie like this? No, it's not for no reason, folks. It's because the information I'm giving you is dead on accurate. Okay? Dead on accurate. Plain and simple. This was originally Earth's mother tree. All right? All right? And it, we may, it may be like a scenario where every planet with life on it has to have some kind of mother tree or mother stone. You see what I'm saying? For all we know. But I just do not think that this is a coincidence at all. And this is just confirmation to me that Earth's mother tree lives in Wyoming. This is why the Native Americans in North America were done the dirtiest and were put through the biggest genocide for the longest amount of time. And why people in North America, the indigenous there, continue to catch hell, because our ancestors had direct access to this mother tree right here in Wyoming, right in North America in Wyoming. And they had to, the demons had to separate us from that. You see, the warlocks had to separate us from that. The great parasite had to cut off our connection to that mother tree, that connection to the gods of the macroverse, to the center of the Milky Way. See, absolutely unbelievable. But like I said, go watch this and fast forward it to 1 hour and 53 minutes and take a look at this entire scene. It'll blow your mind. Out of all the places those extraterrestrials wanted to set up camp, it's right here in Wyoming. The giant tree stump known as the Devil's Tower. They named it the Devil's Tower because it's really the Tower of Babel, and it is the mother tree that the God of the Bible destroyed, okay, to take the earth off of a godlike frequency and to take humanity off of a godlike frequency. See, this is why you have a government presence there in the movie, and I firmly believe that there is a government presence underground under this tree, harnessing the energy from its roots. Right? Very, very serious information, man. Very, very serious information. But that's all I had for you guys today. I'm going to be dropping these videos, more of these videos on this alchemy, this ancient history, ancient genetic splicing. I just hope YouTube doesn't continue to suspend my account, because if they do, this account could be terminated at a moment's notice. So, with all that being said, that's all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to all the Patreons out there. I wouldn't be able to do what I do on a consistent basis if it wasn't for all of you. If you're interested and signing up for the Patreon account. The link is in the description. Please stay safe out there. Peace and love. It's the Chosen One. I'm out.